Hey, welcome back to Bear Cave Ranch. So this is our super ghetto keep out sign, although the spray paint's already worn off. The wind and the dust kind of sandblast things out here. In any case, I have that positioned down here at the end of the driveway. And it actually came in handy last night. So unwanted visitors and guests come. So what happened is last night, fairly late, or at least late for us, at least 10, maybe a little bit later when this whole thing started, we were laying in bed just dozing off, and the dog barks. Our black dog Django, he's the watchdog. He barks, he's really loud, he hears things from far away, especially out here. Sound travels really well. So first thing is, you want to have some type of plan or a thought of how to handle situations that may come up. And we know one of our things that we expect would be to have things like coyotes and stuff up near the trailer, by the chickens, things like that. So the way our bed is positioned, we kind of have to crawl into it. And my wife, the wife behind the scenes, she sleeps right by the opening, so I have to crawl over her. So typically she would jump up first, go grab the flashlight while I'm crawling out. She did. I noticed through the bedroom window right there, out this way, I saw some headlights. So we kind of went and checked, and then I went back to the bedroom. There was nothing outside. I noticed a vehicle. Now, of course, you can't tell where roads are, even when you're right upon them. But coming up this way is a road, and then another one, and then one up here, and then this one. And they continue out that way and stuff like that. So it's seen that car. It's like, well, it's weird because you never see a vehicle out this late at night. There's a four-wheeler that sometimes drives up a road that goes up that hill over there. But so I went ahead and got dressed, armed myself, and I came out and hid in the shadows near the trailer, because then we could tell the car actually was coming up this way. Now, my road here, we have never had anyone. There was the one guy that came out twice. There's a kid that I did some work with. He came up to say hi once, and that's been it. So nobody that we didn't know or something, you know, has come up here in almost 3 months. So the fact that it was coming up this road and then down our road, so I was hiding out. The dog came over here barking. The car kind of cruised up here, stopped, saw this thing. I kind of heard him say, like, we should keep going, and they did. Now, then they went down. If you can tell in this video, there's a drop and then a hill, and then it goes down. I actually have a piece of wood on the top of that hill that I shoot at from back here. It's about 150 yards. You just can't see it right now because of the sun glare. But so we watched to see what they were doing, and then they sat down there for a little bit, and we actually thought they were on our property. We thought they were down at the bottom. The hard thing is, in the desert, even during the day you can see these hills. At night you really can't. It's just barren. There's no trees or any markers to say, oh, they're there. So we actually, you know, during the day standing here, I can't see the bottom of that hill where the property ends. I see farther out. But it's hard to tell that at night. We saw their headlights down there. We could tell there were people walking around, flashlights. So I armed myself even more. We both jumped in the truck together, headed down there, got down there, realized they were well past our property. There's actually a washout down there, an old creek. Our property ends just a little bit before that. They were well on the other side of it. In fact, they were about another 800 yards past it, as we found out today. So we just turned back, came back home. They would have seen our headlights. There's no doubt in our mind. You know, they would have seen us. And that was the main thing. I want people, if they are coming out here, to know that we're watching. Today we went walking just to kind of follow their tracks, because when they left, they didn't come back this way. They took a road up and then out and then another road up, and we could watch their headlights the whole way, good 5-6 miles that way. So we could tell this other road over here, it's got a washout as well. It's the same creek, but that one is so bad there's no way you're going to get through it, with a big boulder in the middle of it even. So and then today somebody came up as well, but they just came up this road, kind of stopped and then turned around and went back, and it was this old Jeep. I've seen that Jeep at the gas station. I actually knew what the guy would look like driving it. Just an old farmer guy. It was fine, but we were leaving. So when we did, I made sure that we kind of followed him out. He pulled over to let us pass. We waved. We just, again, want people to know that we're paying attention and watching. So that's the thing, kind of have that plan. You know, nobody got shot, nobody got hurt. There wasn't even a confrontation, but there could have been. And any of those things could have happened. Once we got down walking, we walked part of their path. Kind of did a couple-mile walk. And farther out, we thought we might have heard like a 22 shot. Sure enough, they had a couple of bottles laying out in the road they were shooting at, so whatever. Not supposed to be shooting after sunset, but as long as they weren't by my property, it's fine. As far as that goes. But what also we found today was really cool. You can look this up on Facebook at Bear Cave Homestead is our page, and I'll put a link for that below. We, just like this here, this dirt can get really soft in some spots. So just like this here, there's our tire tracks from just a little while ago. And if I step on it, you can see that boot print. So we saw their tire tracks, and then deer tracks right over the top of it, and piles of deer scat right over their tracks. Totally fresh. In fact, one pile even had the urine was still like wet on the ground, and stuff dries fast out here. So now I'm super excited because we got fresh deer tracks, maybe 600 to 800 yards. It literally takes us like 5 minutes to get down there. So that's pretty exciting, really cool. Have a plan. Security is really important, and I'll probably be looking at doing some videos on that more. Things like setting up trail cams in certain spots, especially near where you're living, so that if you're gone and something does happen, you at least have some pictures. Animals are a huge part of it. We got Kanik, the puppy, to be a hunting dog, because Django is not a good hunting dog. He is definitely afraid of guns. But he is a great watchdog. He has no fear about running up and confronting a person and barking, and his bark is loud. Very loud. And he's big. And it's dark, and this big black dog comes running out barking. You're, you know, probably going to be freaked out. So just some stuff like that. But main thing, have a plan. Wherever you live, in the city or whatever, you should have that and practice it. We did. You know, we had times at our house back in Idaho where the dog started barking and we thought someone was outside, and since the noise was outside, you know, we both armed ourselves, and she cleared the house and I cleared the outside of the house. If we heard the noise inside, it would have probably been the opposite. She would have gone out and I would have stayed in. But, you know, training and practice and have those plans. It's like they tell you when you're in school, you know, have an exit plan for a fire. So same exact thing. And, you know, when you live off grid, you live out in a remote location. We were told out here when we moved, you know, police they could be an hour plus away. So be prepared if anything happens on your property. You need to be able to handle it yourself. Keep a cool head. Definitely had the adrenaline going, especially once we went driving down thinking they were on the property. Definitely want to make sure they weren't like dumping trash, because people do that out here, or anything like that. Poaching. Don't want anyone hunting on my property unless I know them and I've told them it's okay. So yeah, have those plans. Check out that Facebook page. I put some pictures of the deer tracks and stuff. It's pretty cool. Check that out anyway, because we're kind of starting to write some articles or do more posting, more daily stuff. And there's Kanik. There's our little hunting dog. That one there is useless, but we still keep him around. Anyway, everybody out there, stay safe, be good to each other, and we will see you next time.